This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Philly Joe and was supposed to be Vicki. She's supposed to be back today, but unfortunately, and I feel very badly for her because I know her, we know her. She's not happy. We could tell by the tone of her messages, but it happens. She caught something while on vacation. She's not feeling very good, and she wanted to see how it goes and do her best, and you know, we were just like, no. Get yourself better. There's no sense trying to force yourself back in.
Well, it's hard to say. Is it an issue from being in Mexico, which happens sometimes, or is it just one of those viruses that are caught this time of year? Sometimes, you know, it comes from the plane ride down or the plane ride back. So because of that, stay home until you feel better.
I don't know what would be the best thing to catch while you're, because all we could think about yesterday when we were chatting about it after she emailed us was, like imagine being on a plane with, let's say, bad guts from the trip. And that's happened. It's common. I've heard stories about it.
Sure. Having
resort guts or whatever. And that I would never want that. I would never wish that on anyone.
Well, I'll tell you, if you've ever suffered through, and I've been one of those guys, I'm not a great traveler. You're eating Imodium basically as your 3 meals that day just to make it home, right? In this case, we don't know.
Yeah,
but
she'll fill us in whenever she gets back. But fingers crossed, it wasn't that. Like bad guts on a plane, because look, I'm a guy at 51 years old. My bladder's never been weaker. I pee a lot, especially if I have a couple of beers. So it's bad enough when I'm on a plane and all of a sudden, excuse me, I'm taking a leak like 3 times during a flight. Can you imagine like having the bad guts on a flight? Oh God, no thanks. I can live my whole life and not have that happen.
If you know anybody that's been sick while they're on their trip, that's no fun either, because you've spent a lot of money to be on one of those places, and now you're cooped up in your room because nothing's, staying in.
I never even thought of that part. It could have been part of her trip, too.
That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. The hot dog guy, bright and early here on the text line. He says, I knew Vicki wouldn't be in today. I caught something, too, when I came back from the Dominican. You just need a day off after vacation. The body is tired. And I don't even drink.
Yeah, she said it wasn't booze-related either.
She did throw that out there.
Well, one more day away from us isn't going to hurt her, I'm sure.
Rundle says so her bidet is getting a workout. We don't know that.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Got something to say?
Okay, I'll say it.
Well, you should probably call the bone phone and let her rip.
It actually feels nice to finally say it out loud.
780-BONE.
So, we do have a lot of bad drivers in this city, but I got to give it to the bus driver today. Sitting there at a bus stop, brake lights on, ready to go. Our light turns green, we can go, the bus sits there. He sits there, he doesn't move. When I was able to go around him, I see he's standing up, changing the dials on his display. Well, you know what, Mr. Bus Driver? Can you at least put your 4-way flashers on so we know you're sitting there? I fully respect what you got to do, but you got to help us out. We're sitting there stuck behind you. All you got are brake lights on. Put your 4 ways on, man.
Yeah, that's probably a fair request. I'm sure there's a bus driver who might reply to that, but typically they do put the 4 ways on if they're going to be there, you know, longer than expected. Some of them will even run like there's a Circle K by my house that's right in front of a bus stop. Some of them will run into Circle K and grab a drink and a bag of chips, and they have the 4 ways on.
The biggest thing we're hearing, too, with some of the new routes is how close some of these bus stops are to the intersection, where if they were moved back, it would alleviate a few of these issues. Who knows? Maybe the guy thought he could change his sign in a couple of seconds or just forgot to put them on, but good, valid point.
Yep. Moving on. Big N. And look, Big N's not alone in this. He wants to talk about completely useless from yesterday, where I was used as a lifeline a record amount of times.
Useless with a capital Y. My God, this morning. How much more poignant is that? Like, my God, you people. For Philly, you got to be feeling it, Philly. Like, without Vicki there, like, you got to be just, like, feeling it. Like, okay, does anybody have an actual answer for Total Useless Trivia? And I'm gonna say this right up front. If I ever do get in on Useless Trivia, I am definitely going to use a lifeline because I can't hear anything that anybody else has said because I have to listen on Seeker or whatever. And you know what? All you folks there that you just come in there and just go lifeline right away, don't take it the wrong way. Just saying, maybe when you're phoning into a trivia contest, maybe you have an answer. Have a good week, everyone. Rock on, Big N out.
So we are making an adjustment. What did we decide? We're going to use the text line again as a lifeline?
Well, there's the text line, and then we were talking about, you mentioned yesterday on the air, 5.
5, okay. So myself or the text line, and it can only be used 5 times.
Right.
7:45, and it's big today. Motley Crue tickets, Rockin' Thunder, just announced yesterday, July 4th.
Yeah, the pre-sales today, starting at 10 a.m. By the way, you need the code 921CITI.
Bobo, quickly becoming. He's only had 2 calls, but he's very popular. Played another call yesterday. He was talking about AI, which yesterday's call was in reply to a hooligan call. Well, the loud guy wants to comment on Bobo's call from yesterday.
Hey, it's the loud guy. Just heard Bobo. Like what he said. I understand hooligans worry. So I'm listening to Bobo, and he's making us all feel better. How do we know that was an AI Bobo? How do we know that was real Bobo?
Yeah, we don't know that. We can't confirm that Bobo's not AI.
I'll tell you right now, I'm waiting for AI loud guy because loud guy's not walking into a library, a hospital.
That's right. Okay. John with a J also wants to AI. It just, who knew it just would take off as a topic this week.
I want to weigh in a little bit on this whole AI robots taking over the world and all of this stuff. And so you're trying to tell me these robots, they're not going to need coffee breaks? They're not going to need lunch breaks? They're not going to need group insurance? They're not going to need unions? They're fast and efficient, and they work well under no supervision? Yeah, can't speak for everybody else, but I know I'm going to be in trouble, that's for sure. Okay, bye.
Solid self-awareness there from John with a J.
Awesome.
The Philly, Joe, and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Off the Black Album. What an album that was. Metallica, 92.1 City. Philly, Joe, and Vicki. Vicki down for the count. We hope she's... Down goes Vicki. Down goes Vicki. That old Joe Fraser. Down goes Fraser.
They didn't even yell that out at the Marco Polo game in the pool at the resort she was at. Down goes Vicki.
We will get all the details whenever she gets back, but long story short, she came back from her vacay under the weather.
It happens.
Yeah, we've actually had a bunch of people on the text line say, that happened to me, that happened to me.
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
common. So, yeah, we hope she's gets well fast. In the meantime, a lot of people, speaking of the text line, asking about Rockin' Thunder, Motley Crue, 3 Days Grace, Hailstorm, and J.J. Wild. What a lineup. KD, Kevin Donnelly, was in here yesterday to announce. Brought cookies, too.
Yeah.
Holy, were they
spelled out
good.
Motley Crue, and yet when I took the box of cookies from this studio into the open space here for the rest of the staff, maybe we could have spelled Crew.
Oh, yeah, there was
The
a
Motley
lot
Crue
of...
Rockin' Thunder cookies seemed to be missing, and it was only about a minute and a half walk.
Well, there was 2 they were like a cookie sandwich.
Yeah, they were awesome.
It was like 2 delicious cookies with some filling in between. They were delightful. At any rate, yes, it's a big lineup. People fired up about this to see Motley Crue again. Princess Auto Stadium, July 4th. And to answer all the questions, yes, we're beating the box office. No one has more tickets for a show like this than 92.1 City. We're going to be all over that show day of, like everywhere. And yes, tickets are coming up this morning, 7:45, Joe?
Completely useless question, and you can also hit the pre-sale today. All the info is on our social media, but if you need to know, it's 921CITI. TI. That's going to be the password you're going to need at 10 o'clock today on Ticketmaster for the presale.
Beauty.
Or you wait till Friday.
Yep.
Or you win.
Win them at 7:45. Scrolling on the way in a couple of minutes.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Here's what's trending
With Philly Joe and Vicki.
I'm back soon. Get well soon, Vicki. I'm sick of digging for... I'm so bad at scrolling stories. Although I think I found a pretty good one today. A new show coming that I'm very excited about, and I think you will be too, Joe. After being twice adapted for the big screen, Cape Fear is becoming a TV show on Apple TV. And listen to the cast. Amy Adams, Patrick Wilson, and Javier Bardem.
Oh.
And Javier's going to play the bad guy.
Remember when he was
man.
That air compressor?
No Country for Old Men. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Something like that. Anyway, Javier as the bad guy, like De Niro's already played that character.
Yes.
I love that idea.
Good.
Yeah, the movie's very good. So it's going to be, the official description, of course, is what you'd think it is. It's inspired by the 1991 remake. It was originally a novel, Cape Fear. The series is set to premiere in June, and I will check it out for sure.
Okay, good news there. Listen, you're ahead of your time, my friend. You had a John Rambo shirt on yesterday.
I love that shirt.
And how about this? The long-talked-about Rambo prequel is finally moving forward and headed toward the movie release calendar. Okay?
Who's playing young Rambo?
Apparently Noah Centineo. Don't know the kid. Set to play the young John Rambo, Sylvester Stallone. Of course, if you remember back, and there's some video that's come out of a clip he had on the old Tonight Show.
Yeah.
That the person he wanted, the original pick to take over the character, would have been Ryan Gosling.
Oh, okay.
But apparently this kid could make a name for himself in a Rambo prequel. And since Stallone is a part of this still, look what's happened with that Rocky franchise, even though he walked away, right?
Yeah.
And Michael B. Jordan's done the Creed stuff.
I still would have liked to see John Rambo retirement home, like personal care home Rambo, where he's trying to get all his retirement affairs in order.
There's still time for that, but let's be honest. If you're Noah Centineo, you got your work cut out for you. There's not much dialogue to make a name for yourself as an actor, right? And then, I still think they could do Rambo. We talked about this.
Retirement Rambo.
Yeah, it would still be in the jungle somewhere.
Yeah.
So pretty hard to connect without Wi-Fi.
Just
Get
watching
your files in.
Watching him sit with an advisor, like a financial advisor, sort out his affairs. What kind of RSPs does he have?
I agree.
All that stuff. But no, that sounds good. Any idea on the dates? What they're planning, or is it too early for that?
No, they just said now it's where they're moving forward on the project, but no date.
I googled Noah Centineo, by the way. It looks good.
Yeah,
he's got the good jawline. I could believe him as a young Rambo. All right, that's scrolling.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Philly, Joe, and Vicki. Vicki, we were so pumped. She was supposed to be back today. We were excited for the gifts that she no doubt brought us. Ooh. The shirts. I can't wait for the I Love Mexico shirt or whatever she's coming back with. But found out late in the show yesterday morning that she's not feeling well. She got under the weather at some point late in the trip, or we don't really know the details, but anyway, we're hoping she gets well soon and hoping she gets back sooner than later.
I hope she didn't get sick when she was out shopping for our gifts. I sounded like she got oh
boy,
she felt the illness hit when she was on her way, her last day going back to the airport. And so who knows when it hit her, maybe a day before.
That's normally when you might go get a gift for us too.
Usually near the end of the trip.
Oh, I don't know.
She went off the resort, or she's picking. I hope at least one of her girlfriends that were on the trip
got something,
reminded her to say, "Hey, you should get something for the boys, at least at the airport."
I didn't even think of that. Look, getting sick is no excuse not to get us a gift. I sure hope she still thought of us while she was there. We'll see. I mean, whenever she gets back.
The first two questions out of our mouth tomorrow, if tomorrow's the day, is, Vicki, how are you? And what did you get us?
Come on.
And it might not be in that order.
Come on, where's that guy? I don't see a gift bag over there. You got somewhere.
What's that? You brought your protein pancakes in, because she has those every day.
Yeah.
But I don't
not a
see
gift.
a bigger bag.
Hey, I want to play this. It came in on the bone phone. Sir Rodney, who's a regular, and he's looking for answers. And the bone phone answers a lot of questions. It solves a lot of problems. And, of course, we love talking about food. So let's yesterday it was wings.
Yeah, well, Super Bowl on Sunday, wings, biggest selling food item made.
I think we can say without actually running the numbers that it came in as salt and pepper. Like if we had to give a top three, Joe, it was salt and pepper, hot honey.
Electric honey and lemon pepper was in there as
and
well.
Buffalo hot. So I think that was like certainly those ones were top 5.
Very popular.
Okay, let's play this call here and see if someone can help.
Good morning, PJ, and not P this week. Sir Rodney here, live on the way to work. Just wondering, because there's a lot of problems that have been solved on the bone phone and the Boston Pizza text line. Can somebody tell me why, when they make English muffins, they can't just cut them in half? I don't know if you ever open an English muffin, but it's like perfectly sliced.
Brutal. Rips.
In the middle, and then the top and the bottom is still attached to the other side. Just cut the thing in half.
Well, like English muffins have been around a long time.
So you're talking about like the grocery store, you buy a bag of 8 or 12, whatever they come in, and they're cut how?
Just little slits. It's like a...
so you got to still put your thumb into...
rip them apart or use a knife.
Your own knife instead of cut through. Is it for freshness?
I have no idea.
You know what I mean? Not to let... they have to let some air in, but not too much. I don't eat them enough outside of McDonald's for breakfast.
I just...
You purchase?
I have.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a regular purchase, but they show up in our house once in a while. I like them.
Yeah.
Toast them up, throw some butter on there, maybe some jam.
Right.
But Sir Rodney's exactly right. You usually
come this far.
Yes.
Right? Like
usually I got to take a knife, but I'm too impatient. So I wind up sticking my thumbs in there, you said, ripping it apart.
And all of a sudden.
that's not good. That's not a good look. And then it rips in half, and you're eating pieces of it instead of perfect slices. So if someone can help us,
why don't they cut them through if there's already a slit?
I'm going to Google it. Why are English muffins not cut in the bag? The internet usually answers all questions.
Somebody's got something here.
Oh, Joe, English muffins are intentionally not fully sliced in the bag to preserve their unique internal texture. Yeah. So it's not about freshness like you suggested.
No, but
it's their texture.
Yeah, so it doesn't dry out though, right?
Mm-hmm. The texture is often referred to as nooks and crannies instead of a clean knife cut.
Okay. All right.
Still,
there you go.
I mean, really, is it going to hurt the texture that much to cut them in half?
I can't answer that. I don't know.
You don't eat a lot of English muffins?
I don't. No, I was sort of, like I said, outside the one I get is from McDonald's at breakfast, and it's already cut for me.
Just one of those.
Because there's all that goodness in between.
Anyway, I think we answered the question as to why, Sir Rodney, that they're not cut, but I agree with you. It sure would be nice if they were cut coming out of the bag. Make life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Would you rather Wednesday coming out? We're getting lots of texts. We'll get to those two after 7:30.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Would you rather?
Wednesday.
Would you rather Wednesday?
Brought to you by Expert Electric.
Okay, with the Vixter down sick, Joe's going to need some help with these 762-555 on the text line. There's some pretty dicey ones today. I'm going to warn you, put a helmet on, okay, Joe?
Okay.
Would you rather be able to change the weather for 5 minutes a day or change people's moods for 5 seconds a day? So weather for 5 minutes a day or people's moods for 5 seconds?
I'm going to go with the mood. I think because I spend more time with people than I would worry about the weather for 5 minutes.
And if you think about it, if you encounter, say, your dad or your wife, and they're not in a good mood, right? You tend to, what do? You try to, but imagine you could just have a power where you improve their mood immediately.
Yeah, you replay the scene.
Yeah, I could see that.
It could be a game changer some days, especially in the world we live in now.
Yep.
Temperature's a little hot sometimes.
I know you go to poker night with your buddies.
Just had one on Saturday.
Would you rather, Joe, suggest to your poker buddies that you should have a Tupperware party instead? Or
that would go over big.
Or while you're playing poker, you connect your phone to Bluetooth, like you connect your phone to the speaker, like a speaker they have there for music, and you crank Celine Dion and say, boys, this is what I feel like listening to tonight.
Well, usually there's some sporting events on, right?
But you're turning the TV off, and
To
on
put
comes
Celine.
Celine.
Celine. No, I'm going to go with the Tupperware party because at least they would laugh at that. The idea.
Just
Celine's
envisioning-
not going to get...
Might get you kicked out.
It might get me kicked out of the league.
You're going home. Would you rather, Joe, be an average person in the present? So I would say you're pretty, average guy, average Joe.
I think so.
Yeah, so basically remain who you are, or be king of a large country 2,500 years ago. Kings, back in the day, man, they had it good.
2,500 years ago. Well, they had it pretty good, but it was a short-lived reign in most cases, right? If it wasn't, their own country taking them down or the enemy, it was syphilis. I'm going to just stick with me if you don't mind, okay?
You're going to go with Joe?
I'm sure they've come a long way with medical science on curing syphilis, but back in those days, it wasn't good.
I think the common cold used to take people down.
I'm just going to be the common man instead of the, okay?
That's good. We'll wrap with this one. This is the toughest one of the bunch, okay? So we've all had a boss who probably gives too much information in emails.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a boss send out an email to the entire staff that you had to go home, Joe, early because of a sharting incident, or that you had to go home early because you corrupted all the computers in the office due to watching adult entertainment at work?
I'm going to go with the diarrhea, sharding, call it what you want. And that happened in our lifetime with somebody at work.
Yes, and
they
the boss,
got the email got
boss put
sent
it
out.
right in the email.
Yeah.
So-and-so had diarrhea. They had to go home, and we were all like, that's too much info.
You know what? We could all live with that one, but the whole adult entertainment aspect of your computers at work, that's no good.
Tells everybody,
Yeah.
too.
The diarrhea story will live on, but it will get a chuckle. The other one, not so much.
And all their computers are screwed because of you.
Yeah, 100%.
That's Would You Rather Wednesday. Thanks for playing along.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Why would you go and eat broccoli?
Don't ask me.
Joe,
I still think there's time for me to get healthy.
I can peel back the curtain a little bit. We're talking about Would You Rather Wednesday. We've created quite a stir with one of the questions, which was, would you rather have your boss send out an everyone email saying, Joe had to go home because he had an accident with sharding, or killed all the computers with adult entertainment? And so people are having some fun with the topic. And someone sent us a text message saying, dude, everyone knows when I shart. And you got to get the hell out of there. If it happens at work, you're going home.
Sure.
Like wherever you are, you're bailing. Like because yes, everybody will know.
Unless you work in a clothing store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you got to change your
going
clothes.
home.
And in some cases, you probably want to have a shower. So you're leaving work. That's normal. And it happens to everyone. But Joe leans back in his chair, starts rubbing his stomach, and goes, "Oh, my guts are a little off today." And Vicky's away with we assume the bad guts from Mexico. So Joe's rubbing his stomach. Man, my guts are bugging me a little bit today. And I said, well, what did you eat yesterday, Joe? And what did you say to me?
I said I had a couple of pieces of broccoli.
Why did you do that?
I know.
I know.
I still give hope to getting healthy one day, but it's not going to come from broccoli.
It doesn't work with your guts, broccoli.
No, it doesn't.
You'll be okay, though?
I hope so.
I can't, otherwise, it's just going to be the Philly show if you have to leave, too, with the bad guts.
You'll get the memo if I have to leave.
The everyone email?
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
The completely useless question.
Completely useless question.
Useless with a capital Y.
So useless.
Brought to you by Midtown Ford.
Rockin' Thunder tickets, headlined by Motley Crue, up for grabs right now. 204-780-CITY, 780-2484, just quickly before we get to the question. New set of rules, minor adjustment. We've had this. It's not really new. We've done this before. But because of everybody guessing lifelines, we're only going to have 5 lifelines, and you could use me or you can use the Boston Pizza text line because a lot of people guess on the text line.
Right. Your choice. Or you can guess yourself.
And
Put it in
5.
your own hands.
Yes.
30% of people, this is a little ambiguous, but 1/3 of people say they will do this for sure this month, February. 30% of people say they will do this for sure this month.
Up for grabs, Rock and Thunder tickets. 780 City. Good morning.
Is it go to a spa?
Go to a spa. No.
Good
No.
guess, though.
Very good guess. Yep.
Thanks for playing. Hello, City.
Hi, I'll get a lifeline there with you, Philly.
So you're going with me. So that's
one.
Going with you.
I will
One.
I will say buy flowers because Valentine's Day is in Feb.
That's a very good answer, but not the correct one.
The way you
Yep.
set
Buy
that up.
someone a Valentine's Day gift. That would be a for sure this month for a lot of people. Yeah. 1/3.
And that's not the answer, though.
No, but great answer.
Someone guessed a shart on the text line.
That could be possible, but that might happen to more than 30% of people this month.
Good morning, City.
Morning. Let's try calling sick the day after Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He got it.
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah. Calling in sick.
on.
You got it.
Well, I tried to stay relevant this week, right? The game's on Sunday. There's a lot of people that will traffic should be light on Monday. Apparently the number is astronomical in North America, how many people will take the Monday after Super Bowl off. Are you one of those people?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, why not? Yeah. You know what? It should be a stat on Monday, the Monday after Grey Cup and the Monday after Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I'll bet on the game, but I'm not that excited about these two teams in the Super Bowl.
So you're not getting ripped up?
I don't know. If I didn't say I wouldn't, but I'll be here Monday.
What's your name?
John.
Way to go, John.
You're going to Rock and Thunder, man, headlined by Motley Crue. Congrats.
Thanks, guys.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Day one of competition today.
Yeah, it's so I mentioned there was luge today, mixed doubles curling, and was it alpine? I believe that was the other event that was going.
Yeah.
The alpine skiing today, and I think that one's completed. And it looks like curling and the luge are going at about 1:30 today. I will tell you this: Team Canada women's schedule.
Yeah.
Hockey
That's
tomorrow.
What we want to know, Joe. Tomorrow,
2:10 in the afternoon.
the women play.
Yeah, it looks like, wow, that's pretty good. If you're a fan of Team Canada women's Olympic hockey, all the games are in the afternoon. 2:10, 2:10, 2:10, and then 1:10.
That is good.
Men, we don't, let's see here. They start on February 12th,
Jeez.
and that is a 9:40. Then,
Against who? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Czechia.
All right.
Is that Czechia? Czechia, sorry.
Czechia, yeah.
Switzerland and France. Those are our three games on the schedule right now. Nothing says I love you more than Team Canada men's Olympic hockey. The 12th, the 13th, and the 15th, baby. But 9:40 in the morning, 2:10 in the afternoon, and 9:40 are the games for the men. So those, not bad.
How is there no coverage on right now? Where's Brian Williams? It better be him.
Brian Williams here in the Event Center live in Milano Cortino, Italy, where you
He's the
can get a
best.
Coca-Cola and a pizza for $5. He used to come up with these facts. It's happy hour here in Milan right now,
yeah.
remember? And it's like, what? What are you
To
talking
me,
about?
as far as Olympic coverage, he's the GOAT.
You know why?
Now, he'd be getting up there. I don't know if he's still involved.
No. But what I used to love about him was he was the best impromptu guy in the world because they would just tell him, like, hurricane conditions, we have to shout down the ski hill. And he's like, most people go, what the hell are you talking about? Like, we got 3 hours of coverage at the ski hill, and now you're telling me nothing's
problem.
left. And they go, listen, just blowing down the wind here, you can go just down the street, right around the corner, had a great cup of coffee and a bagel for $2.99. Like, he'd throw in these
Just
fun
make it
facts
look
as
effortless.
if you were going.
Yeah, and
but he was the man.
He would cover for some no
I used to
problem,
love it.
hours on end just talking, and
Fun
it never
facts.
felt long or boring.
And I wouldn't even know if some of the stats were even made up. Like if he said, I'll tell you what, we were
sure.
looking forward to a lot from Phil Aubrey, a kid that grew up in Transcona. Canterbury Park, I believe, is where he makes his home now with two young boys, maybe following in their father's footsteps. Like it would just be these stats, right? And you'd be going, who's the guy he's talking about?
Good. Well, we'll keep up. We're going to be all over this over the next
Well, the
little
next
while.
events aren't till 1:10.
Oh, that's why I can't find any
Probably,
coverage?
yeah.
Live with Kelly and Mark. No, we don't want to watch that. Okay. We'll follow.
We got the full cable package, don't we?
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center. Here's what we learned today with Philly Joe and Vicki.
Did you see your phone? Your phone just buzzed. So did mine. And it's got
Can I read this?
Marvelous news. Breaking news. From Casa to Vicki Shea.
I woke up with energy and an appetite. I'm good to go for tomorrow. She needed that extra 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
There was no doubt in my mind the appetite would come back because I'm telling you, for a little lady,
She eats.
she can eat and she eats well.
She
has
does.
protein pancakes every day. I haven't had the smell of apple or cinnamon in here for over a week.
Always makes me hungry. Immediately she starts heating those up. Okay.
Good.
I'm just going to reply.
Way to go, Vic.
Awesome.
Nice.
Can't wait to see our gifts from Mexico.
Yeah,
Send.
good. In case she
Yeah.
hasn't picked anything up, she could drop in somewhere and get something.
Yeah, and
wow,
fake
this
it.
looks like it's from Shoppers Drug Mart. Did they have that in? Either way, it's still a gift.
That's right.
I'm not here to judge where it came from.
Joe had broccoli last night.
Oh boy.
See, you go for crying out loud, Joe. You know Vicky's already down after a vacation. You go and do something crazy like have broccoli. I think you have it a couple of times a year. And why would you roll the dice? And now your guts aren't feeling great
You're
today.
not wrong. My body's rejecting it. I thought it would help. But I don't know. It can't just be me that has a problem with vegetables. Like some just don't sit right anyway. Why am I eating them? They're supposed to make you better.
Just eliminate them.
I think I'm going to have to.
No more. Joe would rather be an average citizen in the present than a king 2,500 years ago. We learned that in Would You Rather Wednesday.
Yeah. Life's okay just being a citizen.
Well, and you brought up a great point. 2,500 years ago, you died. Well, you referenced syphilis. Like if you
Well,
got...
that was one of the three options. I thought it was either the other country you were at war with, or somebody from within.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
But they're all killing each
Yeah,
other.
it wasn't a dragon. It was the sex. If it wasn't
Corruption.
the sex, it was corruption.
Sure. I mean, yeah. So I think that was a good choice. 1/3 of people will take Monday off after the Super Bowl. That was the completely useless question today.
Yeah, apparently it's like the number in North America is something like the population total, but it's a big number of people that say, that's it.
Okay, you know what? Since I'm on a roll sending text messages here, hey, Iron Mike, don't know if you heard, useless question today, but count us in. We're also taking Monday off.
It's not a stat.
It's not a
It
stat.
should be a freebie.
But we think you should pay us for it. Thanks, Philly and Joe. What do you think he's going to say?
I know what he's going to say.
He got back to me. No chance. Okay, no chance. He just said no chance. Like what? No, like LOL. He's not even thinking about it.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
We'll be here Monday. An Olympic event started today. Super exciting.
Yes. The big opening ceremony, which a lot of people like to see just for the wardrobes that are coming out for the Winter Olympics. That goes Friday night. But women's hockey tomorrow, 2:10 in the afternoon.
Love it. And in case you missed it, Vicki Shea returns tomorrow.
Yay!
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
For more Philly Joe and Vicki, lock it into 92.1 City weekday morning 6 to 10.